Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another tutorial and today's is going to be a fall makeup look. This is my first fall makeup look for 2022 and I chose it to be a really easy fall makeup look. I will be filming fall glams, but for today we're going to be doing a quick and easy fall makeup look. So if you're interested in seeing what I come up with, then keep on watching. So I did spray myself with a little bit of Bear With Me Prime Set and Refresh. No reason in particular. I just decided maybe I'll just refreshen my face a little bit. I did add moisturizer and everything already. So I don't know if I did it on the previous video, but today or lately I've been feeling more like doing my base first. Don't ask me why. It just has been working for me. I'm a little bit scared though because we're gonna be using a little bit of darker colors. So we'll see how that works out. So for primer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. You guys know. If you didn't, now you know. This is a really good primer. And I'm also going to be using some Poreless Putty Primer. I just got this trio, but it's the same thing. Poreless Putty Primer. And I'm just going to apply that on the areas where I do have lines, fine lines, or really pronounced pores. Really blend that in. Are you guys ready for winter? I feel like everybody's already posting Halloween looks. I'm gonna go ahead and color correct my face. Excuse my dog. He's sitting right next to me. You okay, dude? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and apply that right on the areas where I do have dark spots, which is right here around my mouth and around my nose. I'm just gonna use a small brush. This is a Flawless Concealer brush from e.l.f. and I'm just gonna use that to blend that out. Okay, for foundation, I'm going to be using the Complexion Pro Long Lasting Breathable Matte Foundation by SHEGLAM. I'm going to apply a little bit right here on my hand, just one pump. And I'm going to apply a little bit of, it's the same foundation, but I have a darker shade. So I'm just going to apply a little bit because it was a little bit too light. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that up really well. It won't fall because this foundation is really thick. Any fall makeup look will probably require to have a matte and full coverage foundation, but I feel like this year will be different. I feel like this year we're gonna be into kind of a sheer complexion. So I don't know. I might be wrong though. I'm just applying this all over my face. I'm not gonna be like too picky on how it comes to end of my face. I'm just gonna apply it. I have my dog's hairs get everywhere. And I'm just using an e.l.f. sponge to blend it out. Don't forget to drag that foundation. We don't want to be looking like 3 different shades, or unless you're trying to like contour. Okay, before we move on, I'm gonna go ahead and brush those brows. Right here, what I have is just got to be gel glue, and I just apply it in here. It's already getting stained because I do use it sometimes when I already have product on my brows, which is fine. I mean, I don't mind it. I just added it right here on a tube, and it just makes it more convenient for me to add it to my brows. And the reason why I'm adding it right now is because right now I have the chance to still fix the foundation if I do like mess it up right now adding the gel, because if I do add the rest of my face products and then try to add the gel, it might mess around with the base and we don't want that. Okay, and I'm gonna finish my base. Now for the concealer, I'm going to be using my good old multi-sculpting concealer by Too Faced. I'm just going to add that right here and right here for now because we're going parts by part. Make sure I go into that area where like I did add corrector because that area really needs to be covered. It looks almost green for me. I don't know if it's because I don't sleep right, but it looks purple, green, I don't know. And now I'm going to apply it right here. And I just apply whatever there is left over on the sponge and drag it down my nose. Now I'm going to apply some right here. I also drag it up. I've been doing that a lot lately as well. I feel like it helps with that contour. Now I'm going to apply a little bit around my nose. And I think we're done with the concealer for now. I'm going to apply a little bit of e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer just because it's a little bit lighter. I need a little bit of lightness right here. Just a tiny bit, not too much. Then just blend that out. I feel like I have a hair on my face. I'm gonna use a spoolie try to get that hair. Look, it already has a hair here. I think it got it. Yeah, it did. Okay, now to set my face, I'm going to be using the Ultra HD setting powder. And I'm just going to apply that underneath the eyes first, which are the areas that get the most crease. Make sure to always tap the excess and go ahead and set. I also go ahead and set my nose because that oily nose be popping out. Okay, also make sure I get rid of the creases on my forehead before I set it as well. Man, those 30s are really calling me with these lines. I then go ahead and use whatever is left on the sponge to set the rest of my face. So here comes the fun part. I've been practically baking. I don't do it for the purpose of baking. I just do it in case there's any fallout from my eyeshadow on my face. That way I can just remove it once I swipe the excess, and then we don't have to worry too much about the fallout. You get me? So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that same powder underneath my eyes. Don't worry about blending it out. Just make sure it covers your under eyes or any area where you don't want the fallout to stick on. And now we're gonna look funny for the rest of the video. So for the eyeshadow primer, I'm gonna be using the CoverGirl Lid Lock Up. I did try to use another one, which was the e.l.f., but that's the one that I tried to use on the last video, and I feel like that one, ooh, it made my eyeshadow look patchy. I don't know if it was just a bad day or it actually was the eyeshadow base, so I need to keep trying it to make sure that it's the eyeshadow base or if it's not the eyeshadow base. So for now, I'm just gonna stick to what I know works, which in this case is this eyeshadow primer. Also make sure that whenever you use this eyeshadow base, you blend it right away, because there's been times where like I let it dry and then now it's literally like glue, like dried up glue on your lid. See this? Do you guys see this? That's a little bit of dried eyeshadow base right there, and once it's there, it's there. See that right here? You gotta really be careful, really blend it right away, otherwise that happens. Yeah, no, it just looks patchy. I'm gonna go ahead and remove everything and start all over. We're just gonna remove that. Now I try to blend with my finger all the edges where there might be product like foundation, so it's not so harsh. Try this again, and we're gonna do one eye at a time this time. Really quickly blend that out. There we go. That one's more like it. We can now continue. I'm gonna apply a little bit of translucent face powder, which is the same one that I just used for the rest of my face, and I'm just gonna apply that right here in this area where I don't want any stains or any extra product or any extra eyeshadow to stick on. As always, I'm gonna be posting little pictures up here or up here, wherever they fit, to be showing you what shades I'm using. Anyways, I forgot to keep filming, but what I just did, I just added a little bit of translucent face powder to the rest of my face, and I just blended that out. Why? I don't know. We're just winging it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add this shade right here, which is called Burn, and I'm gonna apply that right on the crease, very lightly. Make sure to grab your brush on almost at the end of the brush. That will allow you to be a little bit more gentle while applying the shade. Now I'm staying right on the outer corner and slightly pulling it in. Now I'm grabbing a bigger brush and I'm gonna go ahead and apply the shade Ashes to blend that shade Burn. I feel like fall makeup looks require a lot more blending than any summer makeup look. Unless you're doing like really bright colors, then yeah, or especially if you're using different colors. Ooh, I like it. Going back with Burn and really emphasizing Burn right on the outer corner and on the crease. Back with Ashes again, and this time I'm just gonna stay really close to Burn and also cover the eyelid as well, but really lightly. The fact that I'm using a blending brush allows me to have more control of how much eyeshadow I add, so if I don't want to make it too dark or too intense, then I just go very light with it, and because it's a blending brush, it allows me to do that. Okay, so now I'm going to be using a black eyeshadow, which is the same one I typically use. This one's a Ulta Beauty eyeshadow in the shade Late Night, and I'm just going to go really close to the lash line. I'm going to be using a precise eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to do that really close to the lash line. I'm gonna go ahead and blend the outer corners just with a regular small blending eyeshadow brush. Okay, so now I'm gonna be using the Inglot gel liner, and I'm gonna go even closer to the lash line. Also, another thing, I do have the Inglot Duraline. It's a makeup mixing liquid, and this is supposed to help any powder eyeshadow to become liquid. And also, if you have already a dried out gel liner or brow gel, then you can just add this and it will just bring it back to life. I rarely use it, but I do have it in cases like this. I did leave this gel liner open last time and kind of dried out a little bit. So, and it's just back to life. And like, if you leave it right there, it doesn't dry it out next time that you want to use it. I don't think this brush will be the right one because it's already getting thick with the product. I'm just gonna use the same one that I just used for the powder, but because it's gel, it's gonna get thinner. Now just get really close to the lash line. I'm also gonna apply it on the upper waterline. Okay, I'm not really sure how far it hasn't been recording, but so far I went ahead and very slightly blended out the liner with this brush. This is all I did. I just brushed it all across, kept brushing it until it gave me a very slight blend, and that is all I did. So now I curled my lashes, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna apply some pumped up Colossal mascara. This is my favorite mascara. It's not the healthiest. I just looked it up. I got this app where it tells me whether it's good or not, and honestly it's not. It's rare to find a good mascara that's healthy and it's not bad for you. I will try to, like, every time I have to repurchase, maybe next time that I need to repurchase a mascara, I will try to look for healthier options, but for now this is what I got. So I'm just gonna apply this mascara on my lashes, nothing special. Now I have this trick where I just apply it vertically and then fix them all up and make your lashes a lot longer and fuller. I love this trick. I almost use it every day now, especially when I want to make it look like I have false lashes, but I don't. So I did that, and now I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, I'm gonna go ahead and use the shade Ashes, and then I'm just gonna blend it really close to the lash line. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use the shade Coal, and I'm gonna use this brush. This is practically like a liner brush, but I'm really focusing on just staying really close to the lash line. What I really want to do is just add dimension, and I'm not really adding, like, blending it. Now I'm going to use a somewhat medium blending brush. I'm going to go back to the shade Ashes, and I'm going to blend it out even more closer. Just my under eye. I feel like you can get away with a lot more blend under the eye in winter for these fall looks. That goes really well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to apply a little bit of mascara on the lower lash line. But what I do now, because my lashes are really long, which is good, but I feel like they look a little funky. Like, and I'm talking about the lower lash line. Like, the lower lash line lashes that I have are really long. So when I apply mascara to them, I feel like they look way too long. So I just make sure to apply the mascara right on the root. If I did apply too much, then I just make sure to go to the ends and with my nail kind of like take off some of the. So now I'm applying a little bit of more black because I want to make it a little bit more intense. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that black right underneath the lower lash line, and then I'm gonna go ahead and blend it with the shade Ashes. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a clean Q-tip and clean up my lower waterline. And I'm doing this because I don't have, or I can't find my nude eyeliner for the waterline. So the best thing I can do right now is just clean up my waterline. Okay, final. I'm just gonna blend up a little bit more with the shade Ashes underneath my eye because I just really love a really well blended lower lash line. Okay, for lashes, I'm going to be using these Naked Lashes by Ardell. These are number 421. And these are really, really natural lashes. If you don't have any lashes, the look that you get, it's going to be like really natural. I feel like these look really natural. On me, they look a little bit more extravagant or full because I add a lot of mascara. So once I add these lashes, it looks like they're a lot more full than it really is. So quick tip, add a lot of mascara and then add these or any eyelash and they're gonna look a lot fuller. Okay, so I'm gonna be using this strip lash adhesive by Kiss, and this is my favorite glue so far. This really sticks on. Sometimes it even hurts me take off my lashes with this glue. Quick reminder, always look down when applying your lashes. That's the best trick I can give you. Also, if you have one of these to hold your lashes sideways, let me tell you, this makes a huge difference as well because your hand is out of the way while you're trying to apply the lash. It's right here on the side rather than in the center. It makes it a lot easier. So again, look down. Always stick on the half part, the middle part first. Once you have that, the rest is much easier. You just do the outer corner and then the inner corner, or vice versa, whatever is easier for you. Once you have that, make sure you pinch your lashes together from the root and you're set. Look at that. I'm over here trying to make my lashes smaller. Squeeze them all together so they don't go anywhere. You know, I really don't like when some lashes look more extravagant than the other. I feel like this one looks fuller. So I'm just trying to make little sections. I like how this one looks better. Alright, so final thing for the eyes. We need to add a little bit of inner corner sparkle. So I'm going to apply a little bit of this Hit Pop in the shade Sheer. And let's see how that looks. All right, pretty good. Okay, so now we're gonna dust all this away. And we're gonna continue with the rest of the face. For the contour, I'm gonna use my good old Maybelline Fit Me, and I'm just gonna apply that on the highest points of my cheeks. Also, I learned a new trick. Well, not a new trick. I just realized that if I use this brush, this is a Morphe E4, it helps me get a better and more precise contour. So I'm gonna use that just right here where I want to contour. I feel like this is a perfect brush for contouring. And then I'm gonna go right here just on the tip of my nose. I'm gonna try to contour those temples over here. Temples? What is it? I'm gonna get close to the eyeshadow to give it more of a seamless blend. And yes, I am contouring / bronzing. It's rare that I do both. Now with the same brush, I'm going to be adding blush. I'm going to be using this shade I'm going to be using this shade over here by the palette Roxy by Makeup Revolution right here. So I'm using this shade. Now for highlights, we're going to go back to our good old Fuego from Those of Colors by Desi and Katie. And we're just going to blend that on our cheeks. I'm using a really fluffy blush. I'm using a really fluffy brush, and that helps me control a little bit more how much product I add on my face. For the lips, I just want to do one color. Keep it simple. I'm just going to use this NYX Professional Makeup Suede Matte Lip Liner, and I think I'm just going to be using this one on my whole lip. So I'm noticing a little bit more of a mauve undertone, so I'm going to go ahead and look for another lip liner. I'm going to keep this on still though. Okay, I think I found the perfect one. First of all, this is from the line Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Color Lip Liner. Dang, that's a long one. This is in the shade, what shade is it? Beyond Nude. Okay guys, so I'm just gonna apply a little bit of setting spray all over my face. Okay, now we're gonna go back with the sponge and then set on those areas where you don't want it to be that shiny. I'm not applying any extra product to the sponge. I'm just setting the actual setting spray with the sponge. And there it is. Let me go fix my hair and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the final look. What do you guys think? I feel like it was pretty easy. I feel like this is the perfect quick and easy fall glam. You could do this for every day, just probably not the black liner, because I feel like that would be like taking a little bit of extra time. Also, you don't have to wear false lashes for every day, so that could also work, but Anyways guys, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also find me on Instagram as Arelisavala, and hopefully I will see you on my next video.